So the day before my media fast, I decided that it'd be a good idea to inform my friends, family, people that I talk to on a regular basis, including my flatmates, that I was doing this media fast the next day, just so that they didn't think I was ignorant and they could sort of help me out with it a bit, like they'd understand that I couldn't contact them, and just basically letting them know that I would be completely out of communication with them. On my media fast day, I started tidying my room. Everything was so clean. I hoovered, dusted, did the bathroom. Everything was perfect. So I went on a walk with Tanisha, my flatmate. It was a really nice day, so we went down the route that we usually go for a run on. That was really nice. Luckily I had a watch, so I was able to tell the time during the day, but obviously this would be a factor that most people use their phones for. Then later on in the afternoon, after my dinner, went into town on the bus. Couldn't listen to my iPod, so I sort of just sat on the bus how do I occupy myself? But that took up most of my day. But I found that without Facebook and Twitter filling up my in-between times was extremely difficult. You usually just log on Facebook and Twitter just to see what's going on, to keep yourself updated with what everyone else is doing, and it just wastes a good 10 minutes every so often. But because you couldn't do that, I felt that on my media fast day I had so much time on my hands. It felt dead productive. It seemed that I got more done in that one day than I would in 2 days of having media around me. Communication media is obviously a massive part of daily life, and I found that without it, without Twitter, Facebook, my phone especially, I couldn't text or ring anyone. I found that I did much more verbal, face-to-face communication with my flatmates, especially people that were close to me. I would just sit and talk to them to occupy myself rather than doing it over the internet with people further away, because that distance boundary was then put back up because I didn't have media, so I had to talk to people around me, and I did quite enjoy it. We had a laugh, and I probably wouldn't have spent that much time with them that day if I did have media. So that was something that I noticed when doing my media fast. My media fast made me feel quite isolated from what was going on in the world around me. I didn't know the ins and outs of everyone else's lives like I usually do. So that was quite strange. I couldn't have music on in the background. I found that I quite often have my telly on during the day when I'm getting ready, just for noise in the background. I might not even be watching the telly. It's just, I think it's more of a force of habit. On that media immersion day, it made me appreciate what I had more because of the fast the previous day. I recorded how many text and messages I sent and received on my immersion day, and it reached 52. Now, I'm not that popular, but they seem to have built up. You had to respond to those from the previous day, and it just shows how much one day missing out on this media can stack up. So if we didn't have it, I think it'd be extremely difficult for people to adapt, because we seem so dependent on it. Because I had to record every piece of media that I came into contact with on my immersion day, it made me much more aware of how much there actually is. Simple things like walking down the spine on campus, there are so many posters stuck all the way down, and then I'd go into spa, there'd be music on, simple things like this, but we don't even realise, we're not conscious of the fact that we're taking all these pieces of media in. It makes me think that we sort of adapted because there's so much media around us. We might look at it, but we don't actually take in the message that all of us is giving it, because it's so saturated. we sort of tune ourselves into just really taking in some bits of it. If we absorbed every message that every media was giving us, I don't think we'd have time to do anything else.